Appreciate y'all tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Man, would have been on earlier, man, but hey, shit happens. Today we talking about Nick, the Turbinator Cannon, getting a pink slip from Viacom, and nigga talking about killing himself. I just saw on the internet talking about killing himself, and or he had suicidal thoughts and all this shit is now circulating around his name, and niggas is on this cause he got money, cause he got money, he got the bullshit shit, right? I'm hearing this shit, so it's like, alright. So I gotta swing back around and check certain shit on motherfuckers, man, cause it's just gotta be done. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know what I'm dropping. Don't forget to fuck with your Black Agenda politicians. But let me show you this first. Don't forget to fuck with my Teespring, where Black reparations matter. Get you 40 million of them hoes. We need them, we need them, we need them. Because motherfuckers acting like it don't matter. And fuck their life on that. You heard? And don't forget to fuck with your Black Agenda politicians. Today we're highlighting Stevona Evans. Stevona Evans is going for board of supervisors, or was going for board of supervisors in San Bernardino County. She didn't win, but she's still influential. She's a part of the council and stuff like that, so she's very influential, and she needs to go ahead and be the representative of our politics and our agenda out there in San Bernardino County. Period. She's fit for the job. Just pulled this little bit of info about her off her Facebook. Shout out to Stevona Evans once more. But on her Facebook, she's just going in on, look, you know, a little more than a couple years ago, I got laid off from a job, and I didn't know what I was going to do, and I went into entrepreneur mode. This kind of speaks to what I'm going to be talking about with Nick, in a way. I guess that's why I pulled it. But, you know, she's just talking about, look, now, you know, a couple years later, I'm happy. A happy entrepreneur. I don't got to have no boss. Nobody tell me what the fuck to do every day. I tell me what to do every day, and then I sleep comfortably every night. Right? So I wanted to just put that up as a motivational piece. Shout out to Stevona Evans. Vote for her when she goes for board of supervisors again. She chooses to go for it again. Whenever you see her name, you know she's about Black Agenda. Whenever you see her name, you don't even have to question. Go ahead and put your money on her campaign. Go ahead and support her. You already know what she will be about when she come around. Okay? But to the facts of the moment. Let's see, let me run through the chat real quick. I know it's late on a Sunday. I know folks is doing what they do on a Sunday. It ain't shit. But I gotta get this out. I would have been up earlier, but I look at the internet. It's not doing right. If y'all see it skipping or some shit, you know, let me know. Those of you who come into the chat. But let's hope it don't be skipping. Cause this shit look clear on my end. I don't know unless y'all tell me if it's skipping and jittering or whatever. So, on to the guy, Nick Cannon. Hold up, I didn't see it pull up in the... Okay. Oh, it didn't pull up in the chat. Let me double check and make sure this chat is ready. Okay, I see Hayes in the chat. So why is it not... What up, Hayes? I see you, bro. So why is it not showing up on my screen here? Let me rerun this again. 1 second. Okay, I don't see. It's connecting. And it's pissing me off. Let me check something real quick, y'all. I didn't want to have to get off to this kind of start, but fuck it. You know, I'm going through screens anyway. So let me just check a couple of things. How's everybody's Sunday going? Hope y'all Sunday is going good. Things are going dope out here in the TX. I mean, doing what we must out here. Ain't nobody lame in the game out here. We doing our thing. Okay, so looks like the stream is happening, but I don't know where the chat is at. I don't know. We'll have to work it. If I can't get it up on this screen, I can still see y'all guys on the other screen. Let me see. No reason why it shouldn't be working. Alright, well, anyway. On to the man, Nick Cannon. If we can get it going, we can get it going. But if it don't, it don't. But on to Nick Cannon, y'all. So, you know, I've kind of taken the temperature of black media around this. And, you know, the thing is, if y'all aren't aware, this happened a few days ago, Nick, on his show, Nick Cannon's class, he started going into scientific data about whiteness's relationship to melanin, the white supremacist relationship to black people, all of that, right? Hit dogs were hollering. Hit dogs started hollering. And when he went into the Jewish relationship to black people in America, more hit dogs started hollering. You know what I mean? Specifically, he said, we're giving too much power to the theys, and the theys turn out to be the Illuminati, the Zionists, the Rothschilds. Okay? He said, if you don't have melanin, if you don't got melanin, you a savage. And Viacom got mad and fired him for it. He said, white people are closer to animals. They are a little less, they're the true savages, is what he said. And, you know, hey man, a lot of black people don't got a problem with what he said. I don't have a problem with what he said. He said it. I don't have a problem with him saying it. He was saying true stuff if you look at it, and I'll get to that. The only problem I have is that he chose to back down from it. That's the problem that I have with what happened. Because what happens is, like, if our youth, we looking at black youth, they looking at us, seeing what we do and how we respond to this system. Yo, our black youth, I'm looking at generations of our future warriors and warrioresses. If they see us today in 2020, still tail tugging and pruning our language over things that we know to be true stuff. And we're not talking about we sitting up lying about some shit, but stuff that we know to be true stuff, and they see us pruning our language over it. Just because we've reached certain heights, that's what they're trying to sell around this whole Nick Cannon thing. Just because we've reached certain heights financially, that's the excuse, the he got money bullshit that niggas been running with. That type of stuff make us look no better than the NFL players. While we've sat up and said, boycott the fucking NFL, you got niggas still out there running on the fucking field. It's shit like that. We don't look no better than them sellout niggas. Each and every one of you NFL niggas. Each and every one of you. All of you. When we say boycott the NFL forever, and you got Dez Bryant sitting up talking about, I got a family to defeat. Well, motherfucker, if Malcolm X cared only about his family, you wouldn't be where you at, bitch. If MLK only cared about his family, bitch, you wouldn't be where you at, bitch. I mean, just keeping that shit real. That type of shit, when you back down and apologize, it don't make us look no better than rappers like Kanye who say Trump his father type shit. All because they want to get in good with white people's good graces and white supremacists' good graces amongst the white community and the dominant society. That type of shit. We on that frequency now. We looking at that shit now. If Obama can sit up and say protesters are thugs and he don't get no kind of slander, it's not slander, and it's accepted when he say shit like that. If Mark Lamont Hill and all of his white supremacist cohorts, all these different white supremacist media outlets can say Farrakhan is anti-Semitic, and it's not no kind of slander, and it's accepted for them to do that. Motherfucker, if 3 race soldiers can run up in Breonna Taylor's home and kill her in cold blood, and nobody Jewish, we'll talk about them since we want to talk about them, and nobody Jewish run up and flick one muscle or lift one muscle to make sure those 3 officers who killed her are tried and killed or sued or whatever the fuck they want to do. It's like, come on, man, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, it's fair game in the war that we're in for Nick to say what he said. It's fair game at this point. We gotta just stop being afraid to say, okay, now everything fair game. That's what we're afraid to do in a lot of cases. I've already mentioned it. Black folk are afraid to say, okay, now's the last straw. Everything is fair. We're afraid to say that because we don't truly believe we're in a war. That's why they say all is fair in love and war, and we don't truly believe that we're in a war. That's why we're tail tucking and ducking and acting like it ain't all fair game. Speaking of Jewish people, I heard a Jewish rabbi say one time, there's no such thing as the word fair in the Jewish language. They don't even use the word fair in their language. So I'm just saying, motherfucker, we're dealing with our experience here from a footing of motherfuckers is just tail tucking and ducking and running. Bitch motherfuckers. Looking like faggots out here. Just keep that 140 right there. You know what I mean? So, you know, ground state black America, man, we're in a position where we're flashing our moral credit. I've said this before. We're flashing our moral credit to non-black society. We call them for reparations, or these different protests for whatever they worth, right? Because these different protests and shit all over the globe in the name of us. So we got to keep flashing our moral credit. Niggas don't believe we have moral credit. Niggas don't believe we're in a war or that we have moral credit to flash. Motherfucker, we got to keep flashing it. We got to keep standing behind true stuff and things that are fair game to talk about. That's what Nick should have gotten on board with. What he said was 100% fair game, especially when you're rich and got influence. People act like because he got money, he shouldn't be. No, motherfucker, especially when you're rich. And you got the influence enough to train the dominant society in a way, you know what I mean? That gets Nick into playing chess, right? That's kind of what the impetus of this conversation is at, you know? What I say, you got to train the dominant society on how to treat you as a group, right? So here's my advice for black millionaires, motherfuckers that got money like Nick. If you say something true, something you have researched to be true, and you're a millionaire, I'm getting to the research part. Let's say you somebody like Nick, and you say some true shit, and the white supremacists get mad and they fire you from some shit. That's them playing checkers. Oh, you hit me. I'ma hit you back. Oh, you hit me. I'ma fire you. Yo, that's them playing checkers. You understand? And when you defend yourself and don't apologize like what Nick decided to do, unfortunately, what you've done is you've upped the ante and you forced them to play chess. You've initiated the chess game after that shit, right? Because here's what I mean. Whoever's saying you're bad for what you proclaim, all you millionaire black folk, I'm talking to you, Negroes. When they say you're bad for what you proclaim, they then have to campaign against the truth in what you've said the longer you keep saying it and standing by it. You understand? They got to They got to now put a campaign out against you. The more you stand on it and stand on it and stand behind it. So what happens is them endeavoring to do that and having to campaign against you, that makes them look fucked up on an even larger scale, on a grander scale. You see? That's the first advantage of you taking that approach of defending yourself and initiating the chess game right then and there. When they start to play checkers, okay, chess game time. You understand? You initiate the chess game. You came in playing scared nigga games. Nick the Turbinator. You know what I mean? When you force them to play chess, you force them to stand on whatever untruth they finna try to draw up about what you said, and forces them to undermine their credibility more. You gotta turn them against themselves. We gotta be smart. Credibility is what makes these networks like Viacom, CNN, Fox, whoever the fuck. Credibility is what makes them breathe. They depend on it. So everything they do to chip away at that, that puts them closer and closer to being a nothing entity that nobody trusts. That's the same shit that we do to these different cheerleaders for white supremacist groups and organizations. We chip away at their credibility. We get them to chip away at their own credibility, shoot themselves in the foot, so don't nobody trust them. You understand? This is what we're doing. This is what we do as New Black Media. We make motherfuckers chip away at their own credibility. That's a good thing to do. If they not chipping away at their own credibility, we make them do it. Shit is real. And chase whatever lie they would have to manufacture to try to discredit you. Let them chase whatever lie that is down a motherfucking rabbit hole and make themselves look uncredible. Believability is everything with these motherfuckers. So I'm saying, like, Nick should have called their bluff. Like, oh, really? Oh, I'm bad. I'm wrong. Motherfucker, chase me. Chase me. Come get me, bitch. Oh, for real? It's like that? I'm bad? Okay, watch. You know what I'm saying? Nick don't got that I'm bad, watch mentality. He don't got that. You know what I mean? Nick should have really took that shit on the chin, y'all. He should have really took that shit on the chin. Just looking at the chat. It still don't pull up. I don't know why the fuck it don't pull up, man. This shit crazy. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me check this real quick. I want to check one quick thing. Y'all, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Get the fuck with the Teespring. And all that. Okay, I see Hayes. My mic is a little low. Leonard Day Yuda. Okay, so I can hear it in this. I can see it over here, but I can't see it on my other screen. Okay, I'm so I keep this screen up and still look at the chat, because I like to be able to see what y'all talking about. It's crazy because the screen's here. I can't see what the fuck it is. I'll tell you what, I'll keep the screen up here. Black Man 903 says, what up, people? George Soros or Mike Bloomberg don't do it on the front line. They get front groups. Don't do it on the front line. They get front groups. Don't do it on the front line. Okay. Oh, you're saying like these are dudes with money, but they get front groups to go out and say this and that, say this and that. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing with Nick is he has fell down the hole of many of black entertainers with a bunch of money. Brother Black Man 903. Shout out to Black Man 903. He done fell down that same hole to where he don't do shit with his money to even make no groups. He don't get the community behind his shit. He's on this Byron Allen shit. He's on this Bill Cosby shit. He don't build shit for the community type shit. He be out there by himself. So now we gotta speak from the juncture of what to do with a nigga out there by himself. That's what he done got himself into, brother. And that's what black celebrity after black celebrity has done, brother. That's niggas don't get it. Niggas ain't trying to flip on the Claude Anderson switch in the entertainment industry and build their own from the bottom up, where they can actually control what comes out in terms of black media, have a pro-black empowerment network. They not about it. They not about it, brother. They don't got it in their heart, bro. They don't got it in their heart. Brother Black Man 903. They're not trying to be George Soros. They're not trying to be Mike Bloomberg. They're trying to go at it alone. And he's fell in that trap. And he's trapped now where he had moves that he would want to make, but he can't do it no more. Now Viacom done came on his ass. They done jumped on his ass. They on his ass, and he's crying about he wants to have the Wild 'N Out brand. He want to keep the brand and all of this shit. He's talking about it's his creation. Well, they own the restaurants. They own the name. So it's like he's going to be crying about that fight. He's going to be coming to us now, crying to black people about, help me get Wild 'N Out from Viacom. But we going to be like, look, nigga, you didn't even stand up for the shit that you knew to be truthful and factual. I'm going to get into that. You didn't even stand up for that shit. So how you supposed to ride for you? You know what I'm saying? You ain't built no network at all this money you got. You ain't built no real network at all this money. You pulled a Bill Cosby on us and then expect us to come around and fuck with you like that. You pulled a Byron Allen on us and expect us to come around and fuck with you on some shit. Come on, nigga. Like, come on. So that's what I'm saying, Black Man 903, in terms of him being able to get a front group or whatever. Nah, he already fell down the hole already. He already fell down the weak nigga hole. Somebody say Nick been a punk his whole life. He jumped on the conscious movement to chase clout, be relevant, and portray himself as for the people, but you can hear in his rhetoric that he likes the plantation. Warrior Scholar, man, give yourself a sticker, bro, because that was some gangster shit. That is the shit that we talking about. That's the shit we feeling, man. Straight the fuck real. He don't get to pull that on me. You know what I'm saying? This is not a slam Nick video. I was going to do it with the picture. I was going to have a picture of him with the turban on and his glasses on top of a raccoon head, on top of a raccoon body. I already put that up. I had that up as the flip, but I said, no, you know what? Let me take it down because I want to make this a teachable moment more than anything. I want to make it a teachable moment. I think that's where we at with it because he going to kill himself tonight. If we on, he on suicide watch. He talking about suicidal shit right now. So it's like, all right, you know, if you kill yourself, Nick, hey, look, man, I ain't tell you to do it, nigga. Just saying. But you on some suicidal shit. You went on social media talking about having suicidal thoughts after one of your homeboys killed himself. I've talked to people that have tried to kill themselves. I've had people, gangsters, tell me, look, man, I feel like killing myself, dog. Plenty of times. So I know the conversation. So I'm going to tell you this, man. It's stupid as fuck. It's selfish as fuck to kill yourself tonight, Nick. All right? How about that? Let's start there. But anyway. Anyway, though, I wish y'all could see y'all in the chat on the other end, but fuck it. It's just the black screen shit on that side, which I don't like, but we'll keep Nick up. I don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. I'll keep him up. Chat is just not coming through today for whatever reason, but I can still see y'all's messages whatever y'all saying. I'm watching what y'all got going on, so it's all good. But as far as what Nick said, this is what I wanted to get to. I didn't want to miss this. I don't want y'all to miss this as far as what Nick was saying, because that's what everybody jumping on him about. So let's get into that real quick. You know, as far as what he said about white people being savages. You know, you can look at that in different ways, goddammit. If we're being racially targeted as a group, we're being racially targeted through vigilante and ambush missions by white people and their institutions, like the race soldiers, like white supremacist militias. Shit, we've been on. All because they're angry that the white gene expression will be a minority gene expression in the United States in the year 2045. This is science shit. According to science, if they're mad about that and these different majority white institutions are acting out violently because of it, right now they're acting out in violent ways because of this shit. That's savagery prompted by a white fear that only white people have. It's only a white fear. Nobody else is worried about that type of shit but them. Genetic annihilation, so let's go out and kill people. Nobody's thinking about that shit but them, by virtue of them being white, by virtue of whiteness. So did he lie? This is what we're going to ask. So did he lie, though? You know what I mean? Like, did he lie, though? Motherfucker. What he said about melanin. Look, our brother Anthony Browder. Shout out to the OG Anthony Browder. He broke it down. He said, look, the melatonin, which is produced in the pineal gland, and it's also produced in the melanocytes, melanin-producing cells, it's the spiritual awareness heightening hormone in our bodies and the morally stimulating hormone in our bodies. So did he lie? Did he lie on white decrepitude morally from a melanin perspective? Huh? Huh? Did he lie? Saying? What else did he say? He threw in the Zionist. I know man Hayes is going to span out on this shit if somebody ever put a microphone in Hayes' face trying to lie about some Zionists. Look. Yo. Let's just be plain. We're talking about Zionists. When y'all hear the term Zionist, let's just be plain about it. There's Christian and Jewish Zionists. So I first want to say they probably took Nick out of context right from the jump. I'm going to say that first. You dumb fucks. Zionist is somebody who believes that the establishment of Israel as a Jewish state in 1948, making that into a state and its own identity, that was in accordance with a biblical prophecy, the Judeo-Christian biblical prophecy. That's what a Zionist is. That's all it is. And there are Jews and Christians, so they don't want to just want to jump on Jews. There are Jews and Christians, so they want to hang Jews over Nick head. That they're Zionists as well. There's Christian Zionists as well that are influential people and support Zionist ideology and make policy out of their Zionist ideologies. That's no mystery. That's no mystery. All these lawmakers, motherfucker Joe Biden calls himself a Zionist. Joe Biden. And he's, so what the fuck is Viacom talking about? So what the fuck is Viacom talking about? Joe Biden calls himself a Zionist. And Joe Biden is definitely bad for black people. Joe Biden said in the 70s that just because white people got a 300-year head start on black people, that don't mean black folk need to be helped. This is that Joe Biden. That's that fucking Zionist. Okay? So, okay, Zionist. Okay, Zionist. Fuck a Zionist if it's Joe Biden and people like him. Still, I don't see no lies in what Nick said. I ain't seen no lies. He not lying. We're talking about the Rothschilds. And there are different ties they've had to slavery. I mean, I don't know if Nick wanted to get into that, but they had mega ties to slavery in their lineage. Look it up. Look that shit up in my Urima Karima voice. Look it up. Shout out to Urima, you know what I mean? So I believe black people should be wary of listening to them. This was the point that Nick was getting at. We shouldn't be listening to these days when they turn out to be these Rothschilds. Yeah, I think black folks should be wary of listening to these motherfuckers as they own slaves. Yeah. And if we come to find out that they are the source of something, or there's the influencer behind something, I agree. I agree with Nick on that. The richest of the Rothschilds, Nathan Rothschild, dude owned 158 slaves in Britain throughout the mortgage and insurance game that these white supremacists would play to amass their slave fortunes, right? And after slavery was abolished in Britain, guess what he did? Guess what Nathan Rothschild did? He compensated the slave owners for their lost slaves. Yeah. This fool pulled a Abraham Lincoln. He pulled an Abraham Lincoln on the slave system out there in Britain. When I say that, did y'all know that the first Emancipation Proclamation was not the Emancipation Proclamation that was signed that ended the Civil War, all that shit at the end of the Civil War. It wasn't that. In 1865, it was the Emancipation Proclamation of 1862. It was called the Compensation Proclamation of 1862. Signed by who? Punk ass Abraham Lincoln. Bitch ass Abraham Lincoln. That said, look, we're going to compensate these slave owners for their slaves not being their property type shit. 1862. Look it up. So, yeah, that Abraham Lincoln, the one that the Republicans throw in your face talking about, well, the Republicans freed you. Yeah, Republicans signed the Compensation Proclamation. It's called compensated emancipation is the principle. It's called compensated emancipation in 1862 is what they call it. My mistake. So, yeah, but back to the Rothschilds. Back to the Rothschilds, who are and were Jewish. Being Jewish don't make you exceptional and beyond reproach. We got to cut that cancer out of society, dog. We got to cut that shit out of society. All this shit talking that making Jew beyond reproach or Judaism beyond reproach, that shit, let's get off Jewish nuts like that. Being Jewish didn't stop the Rothschilds from owning slaves any more than the Christians in America who owned slaves were stopped from owning slaves because they were Christian, or stopped themselves from owning slaves because they were Christian. Okay? We could get into the Reformed Jews out here in America who I've talked about. So cut the crap about Jewish people. Just cut that crap out. I'm tired of hearing about their crap. They done so much dirt to us. I'm tired of hearing about their crap. We don't need to give a fuck about listening to them on no type shit. So I agree with what Nick was saying. We don't need to be listening to them. Fuck them. They could stick a motherfucking, what do they call it? A kishka. Stick a kishka up your ass. Stick a latke cake inside of your pussy. Talking about we should be tiptoeing on eggshells around the dirt that has come from the Jewish community directly toward black people. I'm not having it. Ain't nobody having it, period. Our children ain't gonna be having it. Deal with it, Jewish people. Deal with it, okay? Now what? Now what? Deal with it. You understand? That's just what it is. That's the official business that we doing in New Black Media. If Nick would have just explained himself, I think, if he would have just explained himself, he would have forced them to then play chess and chase these facts that I'm saying down and call these facts lies. If Nick would have just kept talking on some delay shit, shout out to delay, motherfucker would have just kept talking, explained himself, he would have forced them to, or Viacom or whoever, to say he a liar, call him a liar, and then proceed to undermine their credibility. You see what I'm saying? So black folk, right now, Nick, I don't think you're ready for the light. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. You see, y'all on that turban. That turban don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you can go to a distance on this blackity black shit, dog. We on blackity black shit out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Yo, you can't fuck with it. You can't fuck with it, man. All right, but, get that turban on. Niggas thought you was the man. You got the turban on, dog. Yo, you the weird dresser, you the turban, nigga. You trying to be Andre Ben and shit? You Andre, nigga? All right, nigga, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is going to come at you, like, with certain shit. And black folk, look, I don't want us to feel like we got to put extras on what he did. I heard people kind of caping for him. I don't want us to feel like we got to put extras on what Nick did in terms of his apology and framing that shit as he did something other than what he did. Just because he got money or status. Or because he's friends with our brother Tariq. Shout out to my big brother Tariq Nasheed. Motherfucker, Anthony Browder is also friends with Tariq. And he ain't back down from what he say about melanin. He ain't backing down from what he say about the morality and the fucking spiritual heightening that comes with having it. He not backing down. He also a friend of Tariq, Anthony Browder. So I'm just saying, y'all don't feel like we got to do that. Stand for truth, black people. Stand for truth. And stand for fairness too, goddammit, because if somebody like Jane Elliott got her ass on Nick Cannon's show and was talking the same shit she was talking about, like, oh, same shit Nick talking about, okay, now look, here, this is white savagery. This is white savagery happening, and it's inherent to their situation of them being white in whatever way she could, whatever way she decided to put it together, whatever. She'd get a fucking pass. Jane Elliott would get a pass. So we gotta stop being punked the fuck out in front of our kids, our future warriors and warrioresses. We gotta stop being punked out in front of our kids. Is what I see. That's where the conversation starts. People talking about this money on the line, motherfucker. Fuck all that, man. You can't expect us to back down from our history and our science and our researchers just to appease you in an instant type shit. That shit is bitch made. Muhammad Ali, he ain't back down because he had money on the line. Michael Jackson ain't back down because he had money on the line. Prince ain't back down because he had money on the line. Dick Gregory ain't back down because he had money on the line. Professor Griff, who you had on the show, ironically, motherfucker, 30 years later, he ain't back down. He still stands behind the essence of his interview that he did with, I forget his name, David something, some D word, I forget the guy's first name. But he sat down and did an interview with the guy and was like, look, man, the Jewish relationship to black people has been a tumultuous one. I'm not using the exact words, but he's like, look, but here's some research from a bunch of white people that speak to the facts. Why don't you look at the research and see what they say and tell me what you think about it? He was inviting him to research shit. That's all Professor Griff did. They called him anti-Semite and punk-ass public enemy, dropped him out the damn group. What type of shit? And they didn't even release that interview for the world to see so they could form a non-biased opinion about it. They just said it happened behind the scenes, called him anti-Semitic, and then he had to defend it on the back and like, nah, man, what I did was just some research shit. I told him to research, and then he went on with the bullshit. Y'all took it out of context, and he still says that today, to this day. Professor Black Truth, Professor Griff, to this day, Professor Griff, shout out to Professor Black Truth. To this day, Professor Griff says, look, y'all took that shit out of context. 30 years later, motherfucker, that's all Nick had to say. Nigga, one day later, not even 30 years later, one day later, Nick backed down. He ain't even tell the motherfucker they took it out of context and defended himself. He ain't even got the heart to defend himself, man. So what the fuck? What can we do with a man that don't want to defend himself? What can we do with a man that don't want to defend himself? A nigga apologized, said he was ashamed. He went and got with the rabbis, started taking pictures with the rabbis, let the rabbi get a chance to heroicize himself and act like, yeah, I'm teaching you black men. I'm counseling this black man to be better. This type of shit. Rabbi clout chasing off of this shit. What? Fuck out of here. Get your rabbi ass out of here, man. Fuck you. Fuck you is what I would say about Nick. Man, get your bitch ass, get your arm off me, bitch. Real life. So again, I'm asking, again, is Nick in this black empowerment space for the long haul, or is he just in it for when it feel good? And when white supremacist society come talking about taking your channels and demonetizing and taking your platform and taking your money, then he go run and be scared and apologize. He gonna switch up. See what I'm saying? That's what raises my eyebrows about Nick, because we don't need no dead weight making a bad example in front of our kids, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. We standing firm and we're standing strong as a lineage, as a people, in terms of us holding this platform type world down. Excuse me. We holding this platform kind of world down, man. And the voices that we have in our community that are getting looks or whatever, they got to be able to run our narrative up the hill all the way and run it up any hill and not be sidetracked by nothing, period. That's what we calling for. That's what we've been needing, and that's what the fuck we on. Oh, let me go to, let me check this real quick. Am I able to get any play on the comment side? Comment, give me any play. I'm getting some play on the comment side. Let me. Warrior Scholar says, okay, his money on the line. Then don't step out there like you about it. Well, I mean, you heard what I said about it. You heard what I said about motherfucker money on the line. But you afraid to step out of line. Whatever, man. Yo, nigga, that's bitch shit, dog. You're supposed to go down with the ship, dog. I don't give a fuck, dog. What do you think all our leaders did that really made the change happen? They didn't give a fuck that their money had to go away. They didn't give a fuck that they had to live off the people or whatever. They didn't give a fuck. They were the heroes. I guess Nick don't want to be no hero. Nick want to be Dez Bryant. Still out there running and jumping. Nick want to be Dez Bryant. All right, how about that? That's him. When the people call for one action and say, look, man, fuck this type of shit. Fuck this type of being silenced. Fuck these type of lies. Nick gonna want to be Dez Bryant and say, no, let's let the lie live. He a bitch nigga like that. You understand? That's just what it is, man. Which goes back to my point of, when I started the video off talking about Stevan, being an entrepreneur, having your own shit. If you got your own shit, dog, that's the most you expect. If you got your own ship, you running your own ship, dog, you dig your heels into the ground, dog, and you run. You make whatever moves you got to make, and this fuck everything. I say what I want to say, what I want to do. I'm speaking from a perspective of a motherfucker that ain't had a job in about 15, 16, 17 years. I'm a hustler for real. Y'all got it twisted. All right? So you can't say to me, oh, when you go to your job. Nah, I don't get that. When you go to Burger King, nah, you can't Burger King play me. Nah, stop it. You can't, when you in front of your boss, you can't, when you in front of your boss, me, motherfucker, P don't give a fuck, for real. Nigga, you can't play me, so I'm coming from the mindset of what the fuck we need to be on, and I'm respecting that other people, they might have these little situations where they have to actually report to somebody and have a boss. I respect that aspect. Okay, you got that aspect, but then it still moves you can make when you a multi-millionaire motherfucker like Nick. You act like Nick don't got no money. Like Nick just this broke motherfucker. If he loses one gig, nigga, he done, folks. Nah, dog. It just speaks to retrospect. Like Bill Cosby. You getting to celebrating inside of the concentration camp and the plantation known as the entertainment industry and a white supremacist regime. You get to celebrating too hard. You get to talking that I got my check. Bill Cosby was on that I got my check shit real hard, talking about writing your own checks. He was on that shit, but when it came down to it, they put his ass in the fucking penitentiary because he didn't have no infrastructure that he made to be able to actually propel himself past check writing, past the fact that he was trying to buy NBC, and it was like, nah, fuck you, nigga. As a matter of fact, we're gonna put you in the penitentiary for some lies that some white bitches make up just to put the icing on the cake, nigga. You don't follow Claude Anderson, Negro, so we gonna make you suffer. This is what Nick is facing. He don't follow Claude Anderson and build black media outlets like motherfucking Claude Anderson been saying for years, so he suffer for it. So I'm not gonna be sitting up talking about, oh, he's the exception because you gotta make that check. Nah, he gotta make that check. I don't want to hear that shit. Nigga, get out my face. Listen to our elders or get the fuck out my face, man. That's the cylinder I'm firing on. Fuck with our elders. And when you in these entertainment spaces and you got these billions upon millions, or get the fuck out of my face, nigga. Whatever happened to you, nigga. You a bitch to the heart, is what I'm going to say. This comes from a black entrepreneur standpoint. Shout out to Stevona Evans. This how I'm going to flip it. I hope you niggas know. I hope you know. Hayes say his apology pissed me the fuck off too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And let's look at Viacom. Look at who the fuck he apologizing to. Let's look at Viacom CBS, owned by Sherry Redstone. She's the president of National Amusements, which is the parent company to Viacom CBS, and I think she's one of the chairpersons, the top chairperson at Viacom CBS. This white chick, old white chick. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping and all that. Say, man, let's look at Viacom CBS real quick. Neely Fuller. He says the goal of a white supremacist is white supremacy and to practice white supremacy. So if you know you blackity black, Nick, supposedly, all this blackity black, you supposed to be this. Let's talk about what kind of chess Nick playing. People want to talk about he got money and all this. Let's talk about what kind of chess he playing with his money. All right? All you niggas that think he playing chess, I should say, you niggas think he playing chess. He ain't even started chess. All you he playing chess niggas, let's look into that shit too, cause I heard that shit frothed up in the few spaces that I've been vetting as well. Like, oh, he playing chess? Nah, he's not playing shit. He playing tail tuck. They played checkers and then he played tail tuck. Didn't no chess game start really. But Nick Cannon, man, if you knew what business you was in and what business tie-ins you had in with Viacom, going into that Professor Griff interview and going into all these other interviews he's been kicking up this way. He's been doing a lot of major interviews since that Risa Islam video. He's been kicking up good dust with Joy DeGruy and a few other faces. He's been kicking up dust. Motherfucker, if you remotely knew what kind of business tie-ins you had going into that Professor Griff interview, and you were remotely aware of what Viacom CBS was capable of doing to black presences when you speak truth to black souls in this universe of ours, when you speak truth to a black soul, and you kind of know the history of Viacom CBS and what they do when you do that, if you already knew that shit, and you were remotely aware of what Viacom CBS did to BET, because of the positivity they kept up at BET, and you were remotely aware of what Viacom CBS did to Judge Joe Brown, because of him trying to basically get them to honor the contract they signed and get him to and get the money that he was trying to get up out of that situation, and they trying to rob him and snake him. If you was remotely aware of all of this shit, Nick, while you on the Viacom CBS plantation, if you was remotely aware of this, if you knew who you was in bed with before all this, before this interview that you did with Professor Griff, then you know Viacom's end goal was white supremacy. It's white coming out supreme in a situation regardless of whom or what, regardless of what they had to run over to accomplish it momentarily. Savagery as you would call it, Nick. Savagery as we've come to know it, right? That's savagery, okay? So they weren't going to let a Negro that they pay be a vehicle of any kind and take a hard look at whiteness on this platform. They didn't want to put you in that spotlight. They didn't want to have you in that spotlight, Nick. You should have known that coming into the game. You should have had your exit plan coming in the game fucking with a Viacom, dog. You thought you was special, nigga? You should have known. Nigga, you should have known by now. You know what I'm saying? In my NWA album voice. You should have known by now. Straight up, homie. You understand? They was like, look, Nick, you gonna be, you trying to pump truth into the public? They say you gotta find your own ride, boss. You a boss, Nick? Okay, Nick, you a boss? Well, you gotta find your own ride, boss. You gotta fund your own ride on this one, boss. Talking all that melanin shit, all that Dogon shit, all that Egyptian shit. You trying to kick knowledge? You know what I mean? You trying to kick knowledge, Nick? We can't handle that, Nick. So for you, Nick Cannon, to back down from the truth about these groups that you referenced on this show, knowing the anti-black white supremacist principles, it's another concept that Neely Fuller talks about, is white supremacy is a principle, it's a standard, it's a goal of the white supremacists. You knowing white supremacist principles, Nick, and knowing the formations that a Viacom out here has assumed over the past years of dealing with black entertainment, you knowing that, so we're talking about the type of chess you think you playing by apologizing to these fucks. For you to back down, the whole world knows that there's some other shit, man. You sold out your ancestors, dog. You sold out your fucking ancestors, man. That's some coward shit, dog. You backing down on stuff that the whole world knows is true to the black experience. And that, I can't respect it. I can't respect it, man. So what we need to get out of this is, hey, look, Nick, he ain't no Professor Griff. He ain't no Professor Griff. know what I'm saying? He's gonna slap that turban off your head, dog. You ain't no Michael Jackson. You ain't no Prince. You ain't no Prince, dog. You ain't no Dick Gregory, like niggas, like you want to say you are. You ain't no Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory left comedy to walk the block with his people, with whatever he had. You ain't no Dick Gregory, so stop using his name like that. Come on, man, just keep it real. Stop it, nigga. I'm saying you more like Bill Cosby. You more like Bill Cosby, dog. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby was on his bag, talking that bag shit. Talking about you gotta sign your own checks, all that shit. That nigga's in the penitentiary. Bill Cosby is in the penitentiary, y'all. And the Bill Cosby bag can't protect him from the penitentiary. It's just all you bag niggas. He got to protect the bag. If Bill's bag can't protect him from the penitentiary and free him from the penitentiary, then you know Nick little bag can't protect him and free him from shit. And it definitely can't protect him from the response of Viacom. It can't protect him from the response of Viacom. You understand? Has he got his job back from Viacom even though he apologized? Even though he apologized to Viacom, he ain't got his job back. His bag ain't helping him. His bag ain't helping him get his integrity back. It ain't helping him buy shit. He talking about suicide 5 days later after the whole shit. He talking about suicidal thoughts and suicidal, this type of shit. I got to look into a story on Tamar Braxton, too. There was a story up her talking about there was an attempted suicide attempt. I got to look into that. I might do that story sometime this week. See what the fuck was up, just to see what's up. But yo, Nick, your bag ain't even helping you in your apology. Your bag ain't helping you before your apology because you had no thought about making any infrastructure for a black program. You wasn't on the blackity black shit, dog. You wasn't on the blackity black shit to the tune of being able to, or wanting to, having the want to even invest in a black pro-black, black empowerment kind of network thing, which is what you Negroes need if you're going to be out here speaking. Me, I'm on YouTube. They will block me or demonetize me, all that shit. And I even noticed that even after they demonetize me, shit, fuck it, they demonetize me for being on code and shit. So people talk, well, you got to be on code, nigga. It ain't even about being on code, really. Fuck, that might even go out the window because I'm on code as fuck with this shit on YouTube, and they will still come down on you. It don't matter what you do. The video I did on Ilhan Omar talking about her being in Congress and about how she gets treated differently as an immigrant compared to the other immigrants in Congress. She gets called an anti-Semite, but them other motherfuckers in Congress don't get called anti-Semite. And that video was called All Immigrants Aren't Created Equal. They demonetized me for that video. The video I did about Connor Betts talking about how this white supremacist, racist motherfucker went on a rampage killing only black people at the clubs in Ohio. And I was talking about the white supremacist tie-ins to the satanic church and Satanists and Adam Waffen. Y'all remember that? They blocked that video. But I'm doing it on code as I know how to do. I just kept bearing down on code, and they still going, hey, nigga. So don't be no bitch. Even with all the apologizing, dog. Even with all the apologizing, Nick, is my point, dog. You ain't get your job back. So the shit ain't work, my nigga. The shit ain't work, dog. And it's not gonna work. None of that shit you doing with your money ain't gonna work. If you haven't leveraged your money to build something for black people, this goes back to my Claude Anderson shit. Fuck all you niggas on the ADOS side that's talk shit about Claude Anderson. Fuck all y'all niggas that's got some shit to say, shit on your tongue about him. You worth less than nothing. Hope y'all niggas trip off the curb and scrape your knee. Fuck y'all niggas. If you're not building nothing for black folk with your money, you out here naked, nigga. And you're not of the highest good for your people is what's happening. Warrior Scout said, the thing that irked me was Ken Sim. He himself was some type of master teacher offering rebuttals and talking about canning class when he hasn't even reached mid-level student. Man, whatever, man. Whatever you want to put out there, Warrior Scholar, I'm looking at it like this. Whatever he say he want to put out there and whatever he want to act like he is, okay, nigga. Yo, you gonna meet niggas just like this, nigga. You gonna meet niggas just like that. For real. And we were like, man, what you doing? What? Nigga? That motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I put him in the whole, I put him in the same box as Bill Cosby, as Byron Allen. All these defenseless ass niggas with bags. Defenseless niggas. Got all the bag in the world and no integrity. And even when they cash in their integrity, they still can't use their bag to make white people like them and give them what they want. Whatever little selfish little goals they want. This nigga talking about wilding out. He want wilding out name. Well, nigga, they like, man, fuck you, nigga. You ain't stand up for yourself. But we don't respect motherfuckers that don't fight. I told y'all that years ago. White supremacy don't respect motherfuckers that don't fight for shit. They don't respect people who don't fight them. They don't respect people who don't get with their ass. They don't respect you. So they gonna run his ass through the court on this Viacom shit. They're gonna take his wilding out name. They're gonna take his wilding out restaurants. They own his restaurants already. He's sitting up talking about, well, I got $1 billion industry. It's wild out. It's $1 billion. Nigga, shut up. Nah, it's over, nigga. It's over. They're gonna run you through the courts, nigga. It's over, nigga. Real. Warrior Scholars say, as well as other spots, Puffy, even he made an attempt to grab his nuts and advise Canada to stand his ground. Yeah, but that's like a bitch ass nigga that just got his ass whooped by nigga A over here telling you, hey, man, you can fight that nigga. You can beat that nigga though. I know you can beat that nigga though. It's like, are you advising me what I can do to this nigga and you got your ass beat, nigga? Are you enlisting me into this fight against this nigga? Is that what you doing? Nigga, shut up. I don't even want to hear your vibration by me, dog. Get away from me. That's what I'll go into. But Puffy, alright, yeah, Puffy, right, nigga. Alright. Revolt Summit Puffy, alright, nigga. Vince McMahon ass Puffy, everything in him is he's the ringleader or some Vince McMahon ass type of spectacle type shit. He want to be the leader, the nigga, the rah 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 nigga, the dancing. Look at what I got going on. Look at the spectacle I'm causing for people to actually be around and enjoy and get fucked up and get drunk and get, you know, whatever the fuck around. Look at the spectacle I'm making for everybody. This nigga, he get off on throwing house parties type shit. That's what Puppy do. He get off on throwing house parties and shit, watching people have a good time. But he ain't really about the hard facts on behind no real shit. No shit that we dealing with, life and death shit, man. What the fuck, man? He ain't that type of nigga. But he grabbed his nuts and told Candace stand his ground, according to Warrior Scholar. Alright. According to Warrior Scholar, so I believe that's what he did. I know Warrior Scholar ain't finna sit up and just key in no fuck shit. So, man, what? I mean, fuck it. Fuck these niggas, man. These niggas is weirdo, queerdo, dog. Hezbollah say Puppy is a male crotch watcher. Say, y'all, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to smash the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Sorry we couldn't get the chat going today. There you go. Still not going. I got to troubleshoot and see what's up. But don't forget to fuck with your Black Agenda. Well, I guess let me get to the Teespring. Don't forget to fuck with my Teespring, where Black reparations matter. You'll see the link in the description. Fuck with me. Don't forget to fuck with my other Teespring shit. I don't hold no motherfucking camera. That's just not my post. I shoot. Fuck with us on that. Yeah. And make sure you fuck with us on this Black Agenda politician shit. Today we highlighting Stevona Evans. Need to be trying to holler at Stevona Evans all the time. She's going for board of supervisors for San Bernardino County. Whenever you see a name, you know to put dollars on her. Whenever you see a name, you know she's about us. Okay. And y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Stick with me, even though the chat didn't work all the way, but I can still see y'all, man. I appreciate y'all checking in with your boy, man, on this beautiful Sunday. Fuck with y'all. Fuck with y'all brothers, man. Y'all ain't playing. I like to see it. What up, Identity? It's a new name. Ain't seen you. What up, Identity? What's good? What up, Nubian DNA? Good seeing you back. What up with everybody, man? What up with everybody? Let me get at y'all.